Hello everyone, this is Michał Brzozowski. I'm the developer of KeeperRL, and this is a technical video about the development of the game. It's directed to people who are programmers, game developers, or want to learn programming, and in general are interested in how the development of this kind of project is going. So first I'm going to talk a little bit about the environment that I use for programming. So you might notice that the resolution of this screen is a bit small and the font is large. And actually normally I use I rotate my monitor vertically and I use a much larger resolution. So I don't work like this, but all vertical videos are not very good, so we're gonna go like this. So this is the source code of KeeperRL. It's available under the GPL license. You can find it on the homepage, so feel free to take a peek. So this is Vim on Linux. You might say it's a bit of a prehistoric environment, but it works for me. It's really fast, and surprisingly it works really well as an IDE using the right plugins. I've already used Eclipse in my last job. I used Xcode a little bit, so I'm familiar with the real IDEs, and somehow I always keep coming back to Vim. So some statistics about the project, just so you have an idea what I'm working with. So we have, let's see how many lines of code we have. 42,000 lines of code. I've already counted how many classes, just a second here. 172 classes, about 200 files. So not a huge code base, but it's significant. So that's what I'm working with. Let's do a small coding exercise. I'm going to go to GitHub and see my list of issues or things I want to do in the project. Let's look at these things and decide what we're going to do. So these are things in general that I want to do before the next release. There are some bugs, there are some features, and we're going to check out new spells. What did I plan for? What new spells did I plan? We are going to implement Magic Shield. The way it's going to work, when a creature casts it, it's going to create a Magic Shield around the creature, and it will take a few hits of its opponents, so it will kind of defend the creature from these hits, and after a fixed number of hits, it will just disappear. So if the creature is not hit, then it's going to stick for a little bit longer, but also disappear after some number of turns. So let's look how to go into implementing this. I'm going to implement it as an lasting effect. Lasting effect is an attribute of the creature. Let's see what they are. By the way, what I do here is I go on a type and I hit a magic key combination, and one of the plugins that I use for Vim takes me to the definition of this type. I'm going to say or list later what plugins those are, so you can check them out by yourself. So lasting effect. So this is we are in the creature class. God, this creature is this creature is very big. This class is very big. Lasting effect. Here it is. So it's a map. This creature has a map of lasting effect to double. So for each effect, we are counting whether this creature is right now affected by this effect, and if it is, then how many more turns it's going to be affected. Or actually, this number is the turn in which this effect finishes. So we have various effects. We have sleep, panic, rage, slowed, speeding, strength bonus, dexterity bonus, hallucinating, blind, invisible, poisoned, entangled, stunned, poison resistant, fire resistant, flying, and insane. So every creature can have these effects, and if I have a spell, if I make a new spell, that spell can add an effect to a creature, among other things. So this is how I'm going to implement this magic shield effect as a lasting effect. This, you might wonder, what the hell is rich enum? This is a macro. What it does, it defines a normal enum class, just like you can find in the new C++ standard. But what it also does, it defines some functions around this enum. The main one that tells me how many items are in the enum, and this is very, very practical. This lets me enumerate all the items. Also lets me gives me a string representation of the item and some other things. This is a very clever macro, and I'm really glad that I used it. So we added magic shield to creature. Let's go into creature implementation. Let's look at what I have to do now in order to have this effect. We're going to look for all lasting effects. These are all the spells. Oh, actually I can already add this spell here. First I need to add it to spell ID. I'm going to go to spell ID. Magic shield. It's going to be named magic shield. The effect ID. So every spell has an effect. This is something else than the lasting effect, but it's connected. Spell can have a lasting effect on a creature, but it can also have an instant effect. One of the instant effects is, for example, teleport or heal. These don't need to be lasting effects. So, but magic shield is going to be a lasting effect. So how this is defined is, I write lasting effect magic shield, and one of my great plugins is already telling me what I want to put here, which is great. So what this is just tells me that this effect is lasting, and the actual lasting effect is defined here. And this together forms an effect. This 0 here, I don't know what it is. Actually, what is this structure here? This structure here is spell info. Let's see what it is. ID, name, effect type, ready, difficulty. So I guess I have to always put 0 here for ready. Difficulty. I think this tells me how long the creature has to wait before it can cast the spell again. But in the future, if I change these mechanics, this might mean something else. In general, I think the difficulty for Magic Shield shouldn't be that big. It will be more like dexterity bonus, I think. So let's put it here next to dexterity bonus. 90 turns before you can cast it again. Of course, it depends on how long the effect will last, but I think not more than a few turns. Okay, let's make it 150. Okay, let's search for lasting effects. Is fire resistant? Not interesting. Is affected when entangled? Swap position. These things here, these are specific things that these other effects do. So for Magic Shield, I'm going to do that in a moment. I'm looking for right now definitions for general definitions of effects, like the message that they cause and so on, like here. So this method here implements what message is going to happen or is going to be displayed when this effect happens. So yeah, we have all these effects here. So what message should we display for Magic Shield? We're going to say Magic Shield message type. I wanted to say feel. You feel. Do I have feel? Yeah. No, not fall apart. Feel. You feel protected. So what this does, when I want to output a message, I don't write "you are affected," because this message has it has two variants. One is when the creature controlled by the player is affected, and the other one is when another creature is affected. So, for example, if I have insane, if this is a creature controlled by the player, then it's going to output "you become insane." But if this is another creature, then it's going to output "this creature name becomes insane." So these outputs different kinds of messages based on who controls the player. So this one is going to output "you feel protected," and for another creature, I think it's going to say the other creature seems protected or looks protected, something like that. Anyway, it's good for me. That will work fine. On removed, we're not going to worry right now. These are specific messages if an effect is artificially removed. We're going to worry about what's displayed when it times out. So for insanity, we have you become sane again. For Magic Shield, I'm going to say what are we going to say? You feel less protected. Okay, let's see what else we have to define. Remove effect. Nothing interesting here. Is affected. I want to define how long this effect lasts. I think this is in another file, in a file called effects.c++. Get duration. This displays the duration. So these are funny little tables that define the duration. But actually for the protection thing, I don't want to define only the duration, I also want to define how many hits the creature can take before the effect wears out. But first, let's define just normal duration. We're going to worry about the other thing later. So Magic Shield time. Why 3 numbers? Actually, I don't remember, but I think they are defined for each. Every effect can have a certain strength. So it can have a low strength, normal strength, and strong strength, or whatever. And these numbers are a bit too big. Let's say for a small strength, we're going to say it lasts for 5 turns. For a normal, we're going to say it lasts 20 turns. For very strong, 60 turns. Now we're going to define the Magic Shield thing. Magic Shield time, okay. That's done. Now get name. Get name, oh, right here. So this also defines actually another place where I have to define the name of the effect, because I already defined it for the spell, but yeah, this is maybe a little bit of a bad design. Anyway, I define it again. This definition is used for when I want to make a scroll that causes this effect, or a potion. So if I have a potion of magic shield, then it's going to be a potion of magic shield. If I have a scroll of magic shield, it's going to be a scroll of magic shield. So that's that. Now I'm quite sure that this isn't enough. I think I also have to define yet another file. And this is not interesting. I'm quite sure I have to define the price of items that cause this effect, which is kind of, you could say that it's bad design, because I didn't even define any item that causes this effect, and I don't intend to. But the way I designed it is for every effect you have to set a price to items that cause this effect. Price meaning when you find it in a shop as an adventurer, for example, then this is going to be the price that you have to pay for this scroll or potion. Magic shield, how much is it going to cost? I think this is going to be a cheap item if I ever decide to make one. I think it's going to, oh, I can just, hold on, I can just put it here, and it's going to cost 60 gold pieces or something. That's that. What else do I have to define? Lasting effect name. Another place where I defined a lasting effect name. Do I even use this thing? I think I already defined it here. Okay, I think I can remove this function and just use effect. This is another situation where my plugin comes in very handy. I write effect and it displays all the static methods of the effect class. So what I'm going to use is, oh, but I don't have a class for lasting effects. Okay. No, I do have one. What's going on? Let's check again. Effect, get name. It only displays get name for the general effect, but doesn't display one. Oh no, here. I would have to look here. And actually, there is one for lasting effect, so it's not displayed here. It's displayed above. Never mind. I can just use this. And now I can get rid of this function. So I just removed some code. That's always good. I love removing code. Let's paste it here again. Okay, I think this is it for general definition of the lasting effect. But so stuff like name, price, and so on are defined. And I only have to define what the effect actually does, right? This is what the effect is for. So what does it actually do? I guess it increases the defense stat of the creature. So every creature has some stats. I think they are defined in creature attributes. Let's look for them. Body parts, no. Effect types. Can you see it? I can't. I'm quite sure that it is somewhere here. Attribute, yeah, right here. Enum map from attribute type to int, and attribute type right there. No, we are looking for defense. Defense is not an attribute. Defense is a modifier. So modifier. Here. Okay, so creature has modifiers, and they are here. Anyway, but what I'm going to do. Why does a creature have a modifier? That's weird. Anyway, it should have a method called getModifier. Oh, right, there it is. What it does, it takes the modifier type, it checks for various things that change this modifier for this creature, so things like equipment. So what this loop does, it goes through all the items that this creature has. It checks if the item is equipped. If it's equipped, it means if it has a modifier, then it's going to change the modifier for this creature. So if the item has +2 defense bonus, it's going to be added to this creature's defense. Also, the same for skills. Some skills change the modifiers. Now these are specific modifiers, and here we have defined what changes defense. What defines defense actually. One thing, it's strength. So strength is added to defense. If the creature is panicking, then it gets a bonus to defense. If it's raging, then it gets a penalty to defense. If it's sleeping, then this is multiplied by something. So what we're going to do, if it's affected by magic shield, then we're going to give it a bonus. What this bonus is, it's just some generic bonus. It's just 3. Simple as that. So thus we have defined what happens when a creature is affected by the magic shield. Its defense rises by 3. So this should already work. This is not all. This is not everything that I wanted to do, but this should already work by itself. So let's compile the code. I compile the code by pressing F9, and F9 runs make on my trusty make file. Okay, so we have first error, not defined in what? I have defined. No member named Magic Shield in spell ID. Spell ID. Oh, I didn't save this file. There we go. Compiling. There are about 100 files, so takes a while. I have 8 cores. Usually it takes about a minute, so not so bad. On my older computer it took 2.5 minutes. A bit worse, but it's going to be worse with time. So there we go. I skipped the whole compilation. Now it has already linked. So actually, yeah, part of the success, it has compiled. Now let's see what happens when I run it. I pressed F6, which runs GDB, which runs Keeper. Oh, sorry, wrong resolution. Yeah, because actually my screen resolution is bigger than what you see. So I have to make it smaller. This is, you probably haven't seen this background for the menu here. This is new. So close your eyes because this isn't out yet. And this isn't finished it yet. I'm going to... Oh, sorry, I forgot. Well, if I run it now, nothing is going to happen because we won't have this spell. So what I'm going to do, the easiest way to check this effect, the way I usually do it, no, sorry. I'm going to go to Creature Factory, and Creature Factory defines Keeper. This is the character that we start with. It defines all the starting inventory is defined here. It's defined for all the creatures in the game. So a lot of things. So what I'm going to do is give him a potion of magic shield. I'm going to give him a few of them, just in case. Now, because I only modified one file, this is going to compile much faster. Okay, GDB, Keeper, oops, wrong resolution, some settings. Okay, let's make it normal size. It takes a while to generate the world anyway, so. Oh, oops. Oh no. Okay, it crashed. So what happens here? Everything is under control. This is the debug version, the debug build, and what it does, sometimes the terrain generation doesn't work out. It just comes to the conclusion that it's not possible, so it just crashes. So the release version just restarts the terrain generator without crashing the game, but my debug version crashes. I've made it so just so I notice that when this gets out of control. Okay, again. I hope this doesn't crash now. Oh, another crash. Okay, maybe after all, this is a different crash. Let's see. Let's see what actually. Oh, it's actually a different crash. It's not terrain generation. It's something with the equipment. So there's some bug. So let's see what GDB is telling us. Item factory. Item factory 958. Let's go there. Potion. So it's a potion. Get attributes. I can't figure out what's going on. Okay, here. 1306. Potion. What's wrong with potion? Get potion number. Find element. Oh, so actually this defines what kind of potions I can have. I forgot that I did this, but anyway, actually, I guess I have to add magic shield here, even though I don't intend to have a potion like that. That doesn't make sense. I don't want to have a potion of magic shield. I'm going to do something different. I'm just going to use the spell, and I'm just going to go ahead and give him the spell right away. I should have done that from the beginning. Oh, so here we have Keeper. Here we have all the things that define the keeper. Weight, speed, strength, dexterity. These things define what the keeper can do in the dungeon. So he can study, he can work in the laboratory, he can train, but mostly he likes to study, which makes sense. He has a sorcery skill. So here we have all his spells. I'm going to add magic shield spell, and this should be much easier now. I probably should have some kind of debug console in the game, so I can do that. I can give him a spell in the game without recompiling, but yeah, I know this is his name, but never had time to do this. Here we go. Success. Let's see if we're going to control the keeper. Let's see what kind of spells he has. Cast spell. Magic shield. You cast magic shield. You feel protected. Let's see. Did his defense go up? Not quite sure. Let's wait for the effect to wear out. Right now his defense is 19. You feel less protected, and now his defense is 16. Okay, so absolute success. Now, as you remember, what I wanted to do is this effect doesn't wear out only with time, but it also wears out when the creature takes hits. I only want it to last, let's say, 3 hits or something like that. And actually, I wanted to give him a much bigger defense. It's a kind of spell. What I wanted to do is, when you cast it, it's almost like invulnerability. For a few hits you won't be killed, at least by physical damage. There are many ways to get killed in this game, but you won't get killed by physical damage. Okay, so let's go back. If is affected by magic shield, I'm just going to go ahead and write 20 here. So, oh, one more thing that I noticed. Do I still have? Yeah. Okay, I would have to wait 200 turns to cast it again. But maybe you noticed, but when I cast it, it increased here. But normally, what it should do, it should also turn this stat to green, this number. So that's what I wanted to do. I'm not sure why it didn't do it. I'm going to show you what normally it should look like. Oh, here I have a mushroom. Right, it's called a strength mushroom. I'm going to inventory. I'm going to apply. Apply means eat the mushroom. You feel stronger. What happens? It increases the strength, and it shows you here that it increased the strength. It's not the perfect solution, but it shows you that something happened to your strength. Ideally, I would like it to display here +3 or whatever, and then perhaps even for attack +3 and +3 here. But for now, I just want to color it green. So where this is defined, I remember vaguely that this is defined at the end of the file. This method here, refresh game info. This method here, game info is a structure that has all the information that's available to the player in the game UI, not on the map itself, but on the different bars and buttons and everything. So, for example, creature info. This is some generic structure. Here we have all the information in the Keeper in the real-time mode. So we have all the buildings, all the stuff that you can build, all the creatures, technologies, and everything. And this player info here defines all the information regarding the player. And somewhere here we have all the stats. Which one is it? I think it's called attribute. Yeah, it's not a stat, it's called attribute. Name, value, bonus. So this bonus here, I think it's if it's positive, then it's green. If it's negative, then it's red. So what I have to do? Oh, okay. So here we have defense, and it's just hard coded here that if the creature is raging, then it's a red. It's colored red. If it's panicking, then it's colored green. It should probably be a bit smarter. If I do, it should do that automatically, but I guess, yeah, it's just bad design here that I have to add it separately here. It should be intelligent enough to notice that that the magic shield increases the defense and just automatically display it green. But yeah, I'm going to do it later, not now. Magic shield. If it's magic shield, then display it green. Okay, that's one thing. What? Expected. Okay, forgot the parentheses. Now what? Still something? No, okay, done. Yeah, that was my magic plugin that directly underlines compiler errors, which is nice. So this is this, and something else I wanted to do is that when you get hit, then the magic shield slowly disappears. And I have no idea how I want to do this yet. Okay, let's look for the method that handles the physical damage. What was it called? I forgot what it was called. There are so many. This class is so big. I should feel ashamed. It's just bad design, but that's how it is. Not everything can be great about source code. I try to refactor things now and then to make them look better, but it's just this is some debug here. Take damage. The creature is taking damage. When is it called? It's called when creature attacks. So this method here is actually the logic to attack someone. And when you attack someone, what it's doing is checking if this C here is the opponent creature. First it's checking if this creature dodges the attack. If it doesn't dodge, then some checks. These are different messages based on whether you are holding a weapon or you are barehanded. Oh, this is weird, because if you have a weapon and you can't see the other creature because, for example, you are blind or the other creature is invisible. So if you are holding a weapon, it's just going to say you hit something. But if you're not holding a weapon, then it's not going to say anything. I'm not sure if this is a bug or a feature, but let's leave it. Anyway, when you don't dodge the attack, then you're going to take damage. Let's go to take damage again. So this method is assuming that this creature is being hit physically by something or someone, and it does a lot of different things here. This code is garbage, and to be honest, really it's really old. I think this code is over a year and a half old. I really haven't done a lot here. I just added new stuff, but I never cleaned it up. But this is not the right time to clean this up. So this if here, this is important. This checks if the attack actually does some physical damage. So if the strength of the attack is bigger than defense, then there is some physical damage going on. So what we're going to do, so assuming the creature is affected by magic shield right now, then this defense thing is going to be pretty large. So this normally this isn't going to happen unless the opponent is very strong. So what we're going to do is the creature is being hit. We're going to check if it's affected by lasting effect magic shield. And we're going to decrease the time remaining for this effect. So lasting effect, not item, magic shield. It's going to, I'm going to subtract some fixed value, because as you might remember, this map defines the turn when this effect ends for this creature. So I'm just going to decrease this time. How long did it last anyway? 5 turns, 20 turns, 60 turns. So if I want the creature to take more or less 3 hits before it wears out, I think I'm just going to subtract 5 from it. And I think this is it. Should I display a message? Yes, I should display a message. Definitely, the player needs to know this, that this magic shield is doing something. How do I display a message? I'm going to write global message. Oh no! I tried to go to the declaration. Okay, I have another magic key for going to the declaration without any plugins. So when my plugin fails, I use my another shortcut. So this method displays a message around this creature. So this message, when I call this method, it's going to send a message to all the creatures on that level, and to everyone that can see it, it's going to display this message, and all the others that can't see it but can hear it, it's going to display this message. So what I'm going to do is going to say global message, the magic shield absorbs the attack. And if I wanted to add a you hear something message, then I could do that here, but I think it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm just going to say magic shields absorbs the attack. So defense has already been calculated here. So so even if it's ending the next turn, then yeah, it's going to be decreased here, but defense has already been calculated, so the magic shield does its job. Let's see how this is working. Oh, another thing. Yeah, I forgot. When you are affected, the UI displays all the effects that affect you. Where are they defined? Here. I'm not sure if this should be automatically calculated or defined, because using the effect name. Because, for example, for hallucination, the effect name is called hallucination, but here we want to display hallucinating, so it's kind of a different thing. Yeah, I'm just going to say magic shield here. I'm not going to worry too much about naming right now. Okay, there we go. I cut the video a little bit, so you don't have to wait too long. Okay, let's go. Let's go find an opponent. Let's just go. Oh, there was a goat, but I think the goat is going to be too scared to attack us. But oh, we have a villager. We have a female peasant here. Is going to attack me? Yeah, the peasant misses. Okay, so I'm going to cast magic shield. So far, alright, so good. So far, so good. You cast magic shield. You feel protected. The peasant punches. The magic shield absorbs the attack. The punch is harmless. Great. We have displayed here how many more turns it's going to last. So I'm going to wait one more turn. The peasant misses. The peasant punches, the magic shield absorbs the attack, the punch is harmless. As you can see, the counter decreased, so we have even fewer turns. Our defense is very big, it's highlighted green, so I think everything works as it should. So we have successfully implemented a feature. One more thing that I'm going to add, maybe, I'm not sure if this time, maybe later, I'm going to add some graphics around this character. I think I have some in the sprite sheet that will just say visually that this character is protected, but it's not so important. I don't want to worry too much about graphics right now. Right now the mechanics are more important. So yeah, anyway, 100% success. Let's go and... Oh no, they're actually killing me. Let's finish off this. I'm being attacked by women. Let's finish off. No self-respecting keeper is going to get killed by punny peasants. Let's kill all the peasants. The game is a bit slow, but it's debug mode. I think I killed everyone in this village here. This, by the way, we have a new UI for picking up stuff, so you can just click on something. You're carrying too much to pick this up. Anyway, I think we are done. Thank you for watching. See you next time.